In the quiet of dawn, as the first rays of sun touched the tarmac of a secret U.S. airbase, silence was shattered by a blaring siren. An emergency scramble was underway. The world's most lethal stealth fighter, the F-22 Raptor, was about to take off at full throttle on a mission of life or death. It all began with a radar flash. A possible inbound threat had been detected just beyond U.S. airspace, fast, unidentified, and moving directly toward a critical installation. Within seconds, NORAD issued a full alert. The order was clear: scramble F-22 Raptors immediately. Inside the command bunker, officers moved with calm urgency. Communications crackled. Satellites locked in. Every eye was now watching the sky. Across the base, elite U.S. Air Force pilots raced toward their aircraft. Boots hit the pavement, adrenaline pumping. These were the men trained for split-second decisions. Veterans of countless exercises and combat drills. They knew this was no drill. One pilot, call sign Viper, adjusted his helmet as he climbed into the cockpit. Another, Blaze, ran through final checks before the canopy sealed shut. The engines roared like thunder. Twin Pratt and Whitney turbofans ignited, propelling the Raptors down the runway. Within seconds, the F-22s reached takeoff speed, lifting off in perfect synchronization. Dust and debris scattered behind them as the jets climbed with terrifying speed, piercing through the clouds like silver arrows. Flying at supersonic speed, the Raptors engaged their radar systems. The threat was closing in, 5 fast-moving, unidentified aircraft skirting U.S. airspace boundaries. Command confirmed. These were hostile drones, possibly launched from a rogue state or terrorist cell. With stealth mode active and weapons armed, the F-22s ascended to intercept altitude. Their mission: identify, engage, and neutralize before the threat could reach American soil. Through the pilot's HUD, heads-up display, enemy silhouettes came into focus. 5 enemy drones, heavily armed, fast, and weaving to avoid radar lock. But the Raptors had already anticipated their moves. Viper called it in. Control, visual confirmed. Engaging target now. The skies had turned from quiet to combat ready. The lead F-22 banked sharply to the left, locking on to the first drone. A heat-seeking AIM-9X Sidewinder missile launched at blistering speed, streaking through the sky and smashing into its target with explosive force. The sky lit up as one enemy was obliterated midair. 4 remained. The dogfight had begun. The drones fought back, evading, darting, and even firing back with anti-air missiles. But the Raptors' agility was unmatched. One pilot, Ghost, pulled a 9G turn, narrowly avoiding a direct hit. He countered instantly, deploying a radar-guided AIM-120 AMRAAM missile. It locked, tracked, and eliminated the second target in a burst of flames. Using superior stealth, the Raptors disappeared from the drone's radar momentarily. Reappearing above and behind, they executed a perfect pincer movement, catching the enemy in a deadly crossfire. The third drone was disabled by cannon fire from the M61A2 Vulcan rotary gun, 6,000 rounds per minute tearing through its frame. The fourth followed shortly after, knocked out by a Sidewinder fired from under the wing of Blaze. The last enemy drone attempted to flee, climbing fast and banking west. But it was too late. Viper closed in, matching speed and altitude. With a cold calm, he locked on and fired. Direct hit. The final drone disintegrated into pieces as the explosion echoed through the upper atmosphere. The battlefield had returned to silence. The mission was complete. No American lives lost. No enemy crossed the line. All 5 threats neutralized. Command radioed in the confirmation. Excellent work, Raptors. Return to base. As the F-22s turned back, the sun began to rise behind them, casting long shadows over the quiet terrain below. The Raptors cruised low as they approached the runway. Afterburners flared briefly before touchdown. The landing gear hit the tarmac with precision as each fighter returned home safely. Ground crew members rushed to the jets, cheering. The pilots climbed out, sweaty but victorious. The world was watching. U.S. satellites captured and relayed the entire mission to defense allies.